So I just got out of the shower and washed my face and everything. I'm gonna go in with this moisturizer on my face. This is my third time using this, testing it out still. Gonna take a good amount. Just kind of rub it in my hands a little bit. And then just pat that in. And right before I did this, I already put a moisturizer on, which was just some coconut oil. Gonna bring it down to my neck and back to my ears, and of course on the bottom of my chin. Just rub the rest of my hands. Now that I have that moisturizer in, I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild concealer. My hands are so moist. And this is pretty much out. It is a favorite. Just patting some more of that moisturizer in. Actually gonna go ahead and fan my face a little bit just so it sets in a bit more. I don't know, I kind of like a natural makeup look. And to do that, I'm not going to use as much as this concealer, and I'm going to work in layers, as in products for my face. And I'll go back and forth between concealers and whatnot. This is the setup I kind of do. I just try to cover all those blemishes since that's what concealer is for. And I have some smudges of scars and just darker blemishes on my face, so that's where concealer comes in handy. And I like using a dry sponge on a good occasion. If I want something to look more dewy, I'll wet it. And it probably looks like my face is really moisturized, but you kind of want to layer in between your face and the product you're going to be putting on it, just so that product doesn't go straight into your face, and product normally dries out your face. Well, at least mine anyways. And just because around my nose is extra red, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more around the nose. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Pretty Vulgar setting powder. And one thing I like about this is I don't like this puffy thing, but it has a little bit of a peachy tone to it, and I like that. And another reason why I like keeping my sponge dry is just so that this setting powder doesn't get too moist. And I don't typically bake my face just because I don't really want to look like a chalkboard, and I don't really know how to do that to where I don't look like a chalkboard. Bit on my nose, and those crevices around the nose, on the chin, above the lip, a bit going up into the forehead, kind of just focusing in the T-zone area. I go in with this really janky concealer that I've had for probably 10 years now. It's probably expired, but it works really good. And it is called City Fairs. I don't even know who this is by. That's the name of the color. And I'm just gonna go in with a small flat brush like this. And I'm just gonna use this compact mirror right here in front of me. And I'm literally just gonna put a line right where my eyelid is on both. And when I'm putting it on the brush, I'm literally going back and forth on both sides. And this is my second time dipping back in. And I have a few blemishes on my nose that I want to conceal a bit more. And around my nose. And then those crevices on the chin. And by my eyebrows, above and underneath my eyebrows. And I'm just gonna take the little bit that's left over and kind of go in the mustache area to lighten that area up a bit more. And then this time, I'm gonna take the Luxie Round Top blender and I'm just gonna blend that in circular motions around the nose crevices, and in those smaller areas it's kind of hard. This brush feels really good on the face. Since I can't find my Tarte setting powder, I'm just gonna go in with this. I can't really read that. With this setting powder. It's like an uber little sample. Never seen a sample this tiny. And I'm just gonna tap my round top blender brush into it and tap some of this off some more. And actually, I'm just gonna do that. And I'm just gonna pat that some of the areas that I want, and then go back, just kind of blur it all in together. In circular motions once again. And now I'm kind of pinching the tip of the brush just so it's a little bit more firm. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the Beauty Blender just to pat some stuff in. Just because some of my blemishes are drying out my face around my nose. I'm gonna go in with this Max Prep and Prime, which I'm pretty much out of it, but luckily I can still use it. Ow, some got in my eye! And just to speed up the process, I'm gonna take this fan and fan it so that it dries a bit faster. So I have somewhere to go today. And then I'm gonna go in with this Angel's Eyes eyeshadow primer slash base. And I know some people just like to use concealer, but I have really greasy eyelids, and on top of that they're hooded eyes. I think I might start calling them hidden eyes instead, because hooded seems kind of rude. I'm literally just gonna take some on one of my fingers And I'm gonna warm it up between my two fingers, one on the left hand, one on the right hand, and I'm using the same finger on each hand. And I'm just gonna tap that in to my eyelids. Tap slash pat. And sometimes I just take the leftover and just put it on blemishes that are still shining through or on my eye bags. And I'm choosing to go with on my eye bags. And a little bit on my nose since there's still some left over, and on some other blemishes. And this is what I was getting at earlier by I like to do things in layers, light layers, so that everything blends in pretty well and it's a light looking makeup instead of really cakey looking makeup. And another thing I find useful about using a dry sponge is for when I am getting on my eyelids, because like I said earlier, they're not going to get as dewy when you use a dry sponge. But it all depends on what you want to do. Then next, I'm going to go in with my bronzer. And yeah, I don't shave my armpits. And I'm going to be going in with this Too Faced Unicorn Tears bronzer. Ooh, that was really close. And this is what it looks like. This is the only product that I have from Too Faced that I bought and purchased. Don't really use the unicorn. And it smells really good. It smells like chocolate. And this is the brush that I'm going to be using. I really like the angle of it. And it is called the Pro Precision Face Brush by Luxie, once again. And I'm just gonna go, oopsies, accidentally rubbed into the unicorn, which I don't want. And I'm just gonna go back and forth. That's how much product is on the brush. And then I feel like everyone kind of has a natural contour line. Mine is right here, so it's pretty easy for me to follow. And I'm gonna call the cheekbone contour the middle contour line. And I'm literally just gonna put a little line on each side, like that. And then whatever's left over, if I tap back in, I'm gonna put it on the base contour line, which is gonna be your bottom line, your bottom contour line going from the bottom of your jaw to your chin. So we'll call that the bottom contour. And with this, I don't really mind about getting so much product on because it is the bottom. And that's where most of your shadows are gonna collect. So I'll just go back and forth. And sometimes I'll bring it all the way down to the point of my chin. So you're literally just following the line of the bottom of your jaw, touching your chin and going back up. You can go to the bottom of your earlobe if you wanna do that, which I'm doing right now. And then I'm just gonna hop back up to that middle contour line, which is going to be where your cheekbone is, and I'm gonna kind of curve it up to the top of my ear, then just bring it on down. Same for the other side. You can even use like where your like sideburns are as a good estimation where to put your contour at. And it's looking pretty nice. And I don't mind going up around my hairline with it, because I'm gonna get that spot anyways. And I'm just tapping back in to the bronzer only. And I'm just gonna tap tap it and kind of like dot it on around my hairline. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth what I pretty much did to the bottom half of my face, but now to the top half surrounding my hairline. And I'm gonna go back in lightly, try to do it really light, and it's okay if more product gets on the brush than you want. I just go right where my temples are and just kind of put the extra bit that I don't want, and then now I'm gonna focus on the nose. And once again, this is for a nice, really light, everyday makeup look, and to give yourself a little bit more color. And today I didn't use any foundation, so I'm just pretty much working with the concealer, which is normally lighter than your foundation, so this bronzer is going to bring out that color that you want, and you can blend it in however you want. And I'm just going to take this and just pat. Normally, when I first started out doing makeup, I really didn't put concealer on my eye bags because it's kind of hard to get a skin tone color there when you put concealer on it, or sometimes the concealer will enhance those eye bags and make them look like a greenish color or even worse. But I have a little cool technique here, and I'm just gonna, that's not the brush I want. I'm just gonna take this Eco brush. It doesn't even say what it is on here anymore, I just remember. And it's a big eyeshadow brush. And the really cool thing about this is that it has an angle going this way and an angle going that way, so it's like a triangular tip brush. So it really fits into the points of your eye, the corners of your eye. And I'm gonna go into this Ace Beauty palette, into this color called Petroli, I believe that's how you pronounce it. And the reason why I'm going into this color is because it's pretty similar to my skin tone. It's like a burnt tan peach color. In the summer, my skin tone varies. And I'm literally gonna take that much on there. It looks like quite a bit. I'm not going to tap it off because I'm going to be using this in several different areas. First, on the eyelids, kind of using it like a translucent powder in a sense, and a base eyeshadow, which is why I really like this technique. And I'm actually curious if they make single eyeshadows of this, because I would buy like, if I could, I'd probably buy like 10 of these. Just kidding. Because one time I have put it all over my face and it just looked amazing. And just going underneath, on top of those eye bags. And some more on my eyelids. And I'm going all the way to my eyebrows with this powder. And if I really want, sometimes I'll dust it other places, like above my lip, on my chin, down my nose. Next, I'm just gonna use this brow wand from Scone. This is what it looks like. And this is also in the shape of a triangle. You can't really tell. There we go. But it's kind of good, I guess. At first it was really sharp, but I don't understand how it's supposed to be sharpened. And it also has an eyebrow brush on the other end. And my eyebrows are pretty thin. They used to be really thick. And my tip to all the people out there who have thick eyebrows and aren't really used at plucking quite yet, I would say keep them as thick as possible until you figure out the shape you want out of your eyebrow, so that you're working with your eyebrow instead of taking advantage of it. Because just from my personal experience, I've taken advantage of my eyebrows, and now that just means I have to work harder to get them to look the same or similar. Like on this side, I'm still growing out the tail on my eyebrow, so it's the same length as this eyebrow. And you can tell that I've messed around with the top of my hairs, of my eyebrow shape. A lot of people say not to do that, and I have done it. And it's still taking a bit to get that patch grown back in. So yeah, try to work with your eyebrows and don't take advantage of them too much, I guess. And pretty much done. I just literally follow the shape of my eyebrows and make sure that they're filled in to the same darkness. And I kind of like them dark because of how skinny they are now, and I feel like darkness also makes, when it comes to your eyebrows and maybe hair, but darkness makes them look bigger to me. Oh, I drew a little dot. And sometimes I'll just go into where my eyebrow starts and do a few lines and then brush them out to make them look a little bit more even. Sometimes I won't brush them out. But for the most part, I try not to worry about my eyebrows shapes too much because they're gonna be different regardless. And next, I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna do for my eyeshadow look. I kind of want to use this Mary Kay Stone eyeshadow as a crease color, but I feel like over time it's collected sparkles, so it's kind of shimmery, and I don't really want to use a shimmer color in the crease. And let's see. I'll just kind of go and do what my favorite look is, which is I think this is called Alamore. I'm not sure. I'm gonna go into this palette and I'm gonna take the color Cocoa Taxi. This is my this is my favorite color out of the whole palette. Like, I love this orange color. I just love the color orange on my eyelids. And I'm gonna take this big eyeshadow brush. As you can see, it already has some of the orange powder. It is dedicated to this specific eyeshadow. I do not use this for anything else really, so I don't have to worry about cleaning it. And getting whatever mirror is in front of me, and once again, like the eyeshadow base, I'm gonna kind of just put this all over my eyelid, except for I'm not gonna go past the I'm not really gonna go past where the crease shadow would normally go, just so I kind of have that feathered slash airbrush look with my eyeshadow. And literally, this eyeshadow also has sparkles in it now. I think it's because there's some really sparkly eyeshadows in the palette that shed their sparkles onto the other eyeshadows. And I'm not going to worry about getting right above my eyelash line with this eyeshadow because I'm going to go in with about 2 to 3 more colors. I'm saving that spot for a different color. And like I mentioned, I do have hooded eyes, so I kind of have to go like really high with my eyeshadow just so people can kind of see what I've worked hard on. If I want other people to see it, sometimes I don't mind doing it so light to where it's like only I know what I've done. But it's kind of cool to let other people see. And I did only get product on one side of this brush, and then I'm gonna use the other side to kind of like blend it out a bit more. And I don't really mind if the eyeshadow gets pretty high because I am going for a nice airbrush look. That's good. Now to get the other eye, similar because our faces are not symmetrical, and I don't really think you can get your makeup symmetrical. Yeah, I remember learning about symmetry for the first time ever. I think I was in 2nd grade and I didn't really understand it because I always thought about, well, in real life nothing is symmetrical, and I didn't really understand at first that they were just getting at shapes in a sense and kind of using symmetrical as an example in a sense. Like we're supposed to be symmetrical, but we're really not. Like just saying like, oh, we have an eye on this side and an eye on that side. So I didn't really understand it for like the first few days we were learning about it when I was in 2nd grade. I guess I was being too literal. And this is where keeping one side of your brush clean comes in handy because the comparisons between my eyes, this one is lightly blended outward and this looks really heavy and like I just drew a line on with the eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna take the cleaner side and blend it outwards like I did with the other eye. I'm actually gonna go in with another brush just to blend them out a bit more. And this is from the same brand as the palette. It's just one of the fluffy blending bullet brushes. And I'm gonna shimmy my fingers closer to the brush tip just so I can get more force going through the brush. And I'm putting it in the crease like you normally would for a crease shadow and just blending it on up and outward. And now I'm using circular motions instead of just going back and forth. And I'm doing a combination of the two and going back and forth between those two different types of motions of force. And I feel like one eye needs a little bit more eyeshadow, so I'm just gonna tap into that. Looks about fairly even. And just to be a little bit weird, I'm gonna take this brush and just do this on top of it, kind of just spread that eyeshadow everywhere, like literally everywhere on my eyelid. And now I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna put in the crease. I could go with this darker orange, but I'm not sure if I want to go with that or the color Cinnamon from the Ace Beauty palette. Or Tropico, I think that color is. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay, so I think I figured it out. I think I'm gonna go with, I have little freaking coconut fingerprints, coconut oil fingerprints everywhere. I think I'm gonna go in with this color, the Tropico. It's like a, let's see. Actually no, I'm not gonna go in with that color. I'm gonna go in with Tomboy. It's gonna be this color right here. And it's from Pacifica. It's a really powdery eyeshadow, but the color is really, really amazing. And the color is like a watermelon grapefruity color slash blood orange color. I know it sounds crazy and intense. And let's see, my brushes are kind of dirty, but whose aren't? I am looking for my small, just kind of dusting them off on my chair. And doing the flick back and forth move, just flicking the bristles. And this is the best brush. This is for precise crease blending, and I think it's the best brush for hooded eyes because it just fits right in between the hood and your eyelid, and you can just like do that. And I'm gonna try to tap this on lightly and try to get as much color off because it is pretty pigmented. Hopefully no makeup powder got in my tea. Okay, I need a bigger mirror. I kind of have two different color lights on. I have an LED light right here and then a yellow normal light over there. It's kind of helpful. Literally going really light at first. I don't know why I keep on shutting all the products that I'm using again. And just going back and forth for now. Going a little bit above my natural crease to get that blended together look. And tapping back into product. So that's about that. And I think I'm just gonna go back into that orange once again and just put a little bit more in my left eye because I feel like it's lacking in that color. And I'm just gonna glide some of that orange on this eye. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing I did to this crease on this eye. So that's how that looks right now. Put this up so you can see. And I'm just gonna take another bullet brush and go over it because it kind of went a little bit darker than I wanted, but it's an easy fix, so it's okay. And once again, it's gonna add to that airbrush look, and it's gonna also blend in the orange and this lemony and this watermelony color together better. It's looking nice. So that's that so far. I can go with another matte on the eyelash line, or I can go with the shimmer. What to do? I think I'm gonna go with the matte color, and then I'll just use a shimmer for my inner corner highlight. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And I'm gonna go in with the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadow palette, the Holy Grail. I think that's what HG stands for. And honestly, these colors are mainly like, I thought there was gonna be more orangey colors. That's why I was really excited for this. But it's okay, I still need to get the hang of using makeup more than anything. And let's see. Just fixing up a little bit to see something. I think I'm gonna go with hashtag and just put that on the lash line, the top lash line that is. And I don't want to use that. It's this brush. Cool, I'm gonna use this brush. It's like never been used. It is a lip brush, but you can use these brushes however you want. Like, I see this having the potential for a concealer brush, a lip brush, an eyeliner brush, an eyeshadow brush, contour brush for the nose to get really fine lines. So don't let any labels hold you back, I guess. And going in with hashtag. brush is like too new feeling. Yeah, I'm gonna use a more fluffy brush. A more fluffy used brush. It's gonna be this brush. This used to be my favorite bullet brush, but then I realized I could pull the hairs out, and then over time I formed it to this shape for some reason. And I'm just being real sloppy and just getting the eyeshadow on. Not being too precise of where it's going. Because I am, once again, going to take a fluffy brush and just blend the colors lightly together. It's just kind of what I like doing since I'm still a beginner. Yep, and just taking the same, this is from Glamour Dolls. It is the, not sure if this was the My Little Pony brush, but it has unicorns on it. I love unicorns. Just lightly blend the colors together and bring the eyeshadow downwards on this side, which I did a pretty good job at. It's pretty interesting how you can make the eyeshadows go where you want it to go. And then for that pop of highlight, I'm gonna go into the Crew, I don't know, Pure, I don't know, Pure, I don't know how to say that, the Midnight Masquerade face palette. And so far I tried using all the colors, but I mainly just use Mask Off from this. And yes, you can see all the little positive quotes on my mirror, my big mirror. And I have a specific brush for this eyeshadow since I use it a lot, which is going to be this little brush, a flat brush. I'm just gonna go back and forth in here, and I'm just gonna use the mirror of this palette. And I'm really focusing on just trying to like keep it in one area of my corner, but also bringing it out a bit. So I'm going in my inner corner, and then I'm going straight out from the tippity top of my inner corner and just kind of balling it while pulling it in a circular motion closer to my eye, or my nose. My bad. I'll explain it better on the other eye. So going outwards into the inner corner, and then straight from the tippity top of my eye inner corner, just kind of bringing that product in a straight line outward, and then circular motions that out, so you kind of just have like a ball of glitter right there, like that. That's what it looks like. This is actually a pretty dark color for this. And so that means I'm just gonna tap it with my fingers to pull some of those glitters off, those sparkles off. And then next I'm just gonna go for a really light highlight for my face, highlighter for my face. I'm kind of digging the IBY Radiant Glow highlighter. It's pretty nice. I actually don't want to use that. I'm gonna go in with this highlighter. I think it's called Moonlight by Girl Attic. Make sure my pinky's clean. And what I like about this is that it's a cream based highlighter, so yeah. All you really need is a little bit. And I love just putting it on the tip of my nose. I'm gonna put some chapstick on really fast. I think this is my favorite Burt's Bees. It's coconut and pear. It's like the best one ever. And just kind of tapping out the highlighter, and I like going on the bridge of my nose and a little bit downward and a little bit up. I used to do a cheek highlight, but I don't know, I don't really want to do that. And next I'm gonna also do my lips. Which gotta get out of here pretty soon. I do. And so when I'm curling my eyelashes, what I'm doing is I'm starting at the base of my eyelashes and I'm just pumping it out in 3 pumps. So starting at the base, that's 1 pump going towards the middle. It's another pump going to the tips, that's the 3rd pump, and I do that about 2 times on each eye. And then I think we're gonna use the Grande Mascara Lash Boosting formula. I don't know. It's actually kind of too moist, too liquidy, because there's a lot of product in it. So I'm just gonna go in with this bad boy, and plus I have to use it up. It is the Wonder Beauty mascara. I don't know what its specific name is. Oh, it's Unlashed. Like, supposed to be like unleashed, I guess. And just swirling it around, pulling it out. And one thing I really love is that it's curved. The wand is curved. And I do a little shimmy from the base up the lashes with the wand. I kind of want to do something on the bottom lash line, but kind of just want to leave it bare. And now I'm gonna take the back of the curve and just brush through my eyelashes. Next, I'm gonna just throw something on my lips. Let's figure that out now rather than later. So it's kind of up between these. This is like just a little lip chapstick thing that has a tint to it. This is a gloss and have the same tint. This is a blush, but I only use it for my lips for the most part. And there's this matte lip gloss, which is extremely interesting. I like the color. It's just an interesting product. I didn't know that they made matte lip glosses. That's so weird. It literally looks like there's a stripe going down my nose for some reason. And then there's this Ofra Miami Fever, which I have not tried this on yet. Haven't really, it smells like cake, worn this one. So just doing some lip exercises till I decide what I want to wear. Okay, and also taking off some chapstick. So I guess I really just want to use the Beauty Creations matte lip gloss long wear and the color Sweetheart. It's a really beautiful lip product. And I'm just gonna follow my lips. I feel like a pretty natural big lips. So that's the lips. I'm not finished quite yet. I'm gonna kiss something. I actually think I'm just gonna go ahead and kiss this palette. Like that. I have to be really careful when I do the kiss to release some of the product, because when I kiss like I normally do, my bottom lip touches my chin and then leaves a line. And then on the back, I'll just go side, side. So the front is pretty. I feel like I could do one more on the back. Okay. And I managed to not get any product on my chin. So that is the complete look. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of this glossiness on top to give it some more color. And also to make it a little bit more sleek because my lips are kind of dry. So it enhances the color a bit. That is the complete look. I'm gonna wear my hair natural. Like something like this. Who knows? It's probably gonna look way different by the time I start walking.